Good afternoon, all you beautiful souls out there. Take four. Takes 4 times to do it right, so here it goes. I want to share with you today how absolutely amazingly blessed I feel. And I'm going to tell it to you in a little story that kind of encapsulates it. Now, some people might hear the story and say that's what she's feeling grateful for, but listen through the whole story and you'll understand what I'm trying to say. So last week I had a weekend where all my children came with their spouses and children, respective children. And it was a beautiful weekend and it was so lovely to see all my married children who are happily married. And that's really all what every parent wants, is to see their children grow up to be happy, good people who, live with someone who loves them and raises good children and continues on with life in a good way. But this is a specific story that happened, and this has happened to my daughter, whose husband is in reserve duty right now, and so he couldn't come for the weekend. So she came alone with her 3 children, all young children. Her oldest is around 6 or 7, first grade. So really it was, for her it was a difficult thing coming with the 3 children by herself, but she did it. And around 3 blocks away from our house, her car broke down and stopped working in the middle of the street. And people came out and tried to help her and didn't manage so much help her. But what they do is they pushed the car over the side of the street and near the sidewalk so she'd be parked. And then she came with her kids to the house. Now, I overheard her discussion. She was talking to her husband about it. And he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry about what happened." And she's like, "No, really, it's all, blessing in disguise. Because, it could have happened on Thursday. And then I wouldn't have been able to even come for the weekend because I wouldn't have had a car. And it could have happened when I was in the middle of driving out in the middle of nowhere, because she lives in a place that's far away from here, and, with lots of highways to go, and she'd have been stuck somewhere in the middle of nowhere. So it happened when she was already here in Rehovot, where I live. And then she said, and it could have been something much worse happening to the car. And, in total, it's true, it does cost some money, but money comes and we'll make more money and it's okay, and everyone's healthy and no one was hurt and there was no accident and nothing like that." And what she was doing is she was basically finding the good in everything that happened and how she can turn everything into something that could be a good thing. And then at the end she said, and because I had to stay on Sunday, which I wasn't planning on doing, I went to go shopping with my mom and we got a nice dress for an upcoming event. And the kids were with my son, their uncle, and they had a good time spending time with him. So all in all, she just kept looking for the good things about it, what happened. And it made me feel really good, because that's what I try to teach. That's what I do teach. That's what I preach. That's what I do. The walk that I walk, the talk that I talk, is always trying to find the good in things. Always, everything's always working out for me. That's my motto. So it just made me feel very blessed that whether it was me who passed it on to her, or whether it's her natural personality, it's continuing on, and that's what she's teaching her children too, by example, not even necessarily by, actual teaching, but just by example. And it just warmed my heart and made me feel really good inside that it's continuing on. So I just want to share that with all of you, and I'd love to hear how you're feeling blessed these days. And, even if you can't see anything on the outside, just keep digging in and look how you can turn this into a blessing, how whatever happened to you can actually be a blessing in disguise. So anyway, I wish you all to have a great weekend, and that you should enjoy whatever sunshine you can. Right now it's sunny, but it's supposed to be really rainy over the weekend, and that's okay, because we need rain, and I actually love, love, love being under my covers when the rain is pitter-pattering on the roof. So you see, finding the good thing in that too. And have a great weekend. From Ilana Michelson.